Hey, welcome to you. I have a message coming in for you from Spirit, so we're going to talk about that today. It looks like they have something related to this topic, society, that they want to talk about today, so we're going to dive into that in just a moment. Again, welcome to you. I went ahead and set a spiritual quarantine for this reading so that way it can find you in its full integrity and with the full quality of the message that is intended to be delivered to you today. And that quarantine will come down at the end of this reading as well. All right, so let's dive into this. Spirit's being very vague about what we're going to talk about today, but they wanted me to hop on and deliver this message to you. But I do have this one topic of society. I do have a whole stack here of index cards with different topics on them that I've created, and so they have another one they want to pull here to really build out what and dive into what they want to talk with you about today. Okay, what's the other topic, Spirit? Is it this card? These two. Okay, it seems like there might be two. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Not that one. Okay. So it seems like they want this one. I had a feeling that's what this was about. So it's something here because they're connecting. They started telling me about community while they were showing society. So that's the feeling I'm getting from this. There's something here about the specific word they want to say is the collective. So this is definitely, you are not the only one going through this energy right now. They want you to know that. There are others who are just like you, is what they're saying, in terms of the experiences you're having or going through right now. So there's something about the kind of group energy or community energy that feels really important here that they want you to be aware of. And they're also saying something about drawing strength from this energy as well, from maybe some of the communities that you're a part of, but just in general, I'm actually just feeling like it's kind of the energetic field of the collective. Maybe the collective is also watching this, but it feels like in general, there's more people than just you going through this. Also, anyone who is watching this reading is also going through this with you, okay? So it feels like there may be some, I'm hearing energizing support that's there for you. Okay, you want this card? You're also saying this. It says rosemary. It says remembrance, loyalty, faithfulness. There's something about this remembrance here. It's something about remembering, is that it? Remembering why you came. Remembering what your purpose is here within this experience that you're having on this earth. They really want you to, there's a sort of wake-up call here to aligning with your, they're saying destined future. Yes, that's coming through really strongly. Aligning with what you are meant to be doing. Okay. So there's something here with the remembrance. It's almost like, again, they just keep saying they want you to remember. And there's something in this reading that is intended to help unlock. They're showing this as like a key to me to unlock something within you that will remind you of will remind you of why you came here to begin with. Yes. Okay, can we say more on this? All right, they're saying yes. Interesting. There's something ancestral coming through here really strongly. Yeah, there's some, there's definitely a lot of ancestral presence here. but there's definitely something ancestral coming through. What is that about, Spirit? This card. Okay, Two of Cups. Okay, so the way this is coming through from Spirit, it's almost like this is coming through as alignment for you. Like aligning yourself, the way you are moving, kind of like these snakes, and aligning it with your higher self could be part of it. I mean, that's definitely a way I would describe this, but it's almost like you stepping onto your path. That's what they're saying. I'm almost seeing right now, they're showing me the image of like a pathway that's lit up with light. And I see you stepping onto that pathway of light. Yeah, I see you almost like you were tentatively like putting your foot on it, on that pathway, kind of like, well, is this cool? And then I see you actually walking it. Once you kind of look around and see that everything's okay as you step on it, I see you walking it. But they're not showing me where it's going. Or what's like behind or in front of you. Interesting. The Five of Pentacles. They're pointing out on this card. I've never read this card this way. They're pointing out the spiritual nature of this card itself. The ways it looks like a stained glass window that you might see in a sacred place. There's something around the way the hands are outstretched here, as if you are, there's a little bit of an energy here of being in service, but more specifically, being in service to your calling. That's what they're saying. To the divine plan that's in place for you. Yes, they're showing me right now, it's almost like this window, the windows you're seeing are backlit with light. And I'm just seeing you in front of this. It's very spiritual looking here, but it's very divine, not religious at all. This is coming through as very like, there's something very, I mean, it's a beautiful scene that I'm seeing, but it's like you are kind of actually taking up the helm of what you are, I'm hearing, supposed to be doing here. Okay, and they're connecting it with the society and community. It feels like whatever this path is that you're intended to walk somehow benefits the world we're building here, the world as it will continue to evolve, is what they're saying. Yes, so you have a piece of that puzzle. For whatever reason, they're showing the five pentacles, but the pentagrams on here, almost as if they were pieces to a puzzle. That's what they're showing me right now in my mind's eye. And it's like you have a part of this grand design, is what they're saying. So they need you to, there's a wake-up call here somehow. Or one you've already been stepping into for some of you, with the way you've been stepping on this light path, the path of light in a way. Yes. What else do you have to say on this? This card? I knew it. I knew they were going to talk about this. So, okay, so they also want to talk about the dark. They want to talk about the dark. Okay, so there's a couple things here. One, there's a reminder for you that the dark does a lot of things. It does support in your growth. It is kind of like the soil and the earth, and how dark that soil and earth is, that it needs to be there for the flower to grow. Okay, so they're saying something here around like this is also needed too. There's also a call out here because they want to be very specific. This is a call not to bypass the dark. In fact, they're saying the dark has been the way through. Yes. They're also saying here that one of the ways the dark can feel is it can feel very isolating. That is a part of its purpose, because ultimately when we step into our purpose, as they're saying, it means we come into connection with others and we remember that that's how we are supposed to be. Not alone. Yes. Okay. Yeah, they're being very clear here. There's something they're really wanting to bring home about this dark energy, about the darkness, and ensuring that when you walk this path, you understand it is not always just light. It can't be. That's not how life works, nor would we want it to be. It is important the dark is here too, just like the nighttime is here as well. We have both daytime and the nighttime. Both are required. So they're saying here, you do yourself no favors by trying to act like or pretend like this doesn't exist. Yes, they're saying something around embracing the darkness is the way you actually come into light. Yes. By acknowledging it is here, by seeing what it is doing, how it is helping in the ways that it can, okay? And not by, there's a lot of conversation here around bypassing. You want this card? Not bypassing, I knew you were gonna get this card. Okay, they showed me this card before I turned on the video, so yes. The Seven of Pentacles. They're saying here, you're building something here, you're creating something here. That is what you are meant to do. For some of you, you are meant to create, leave, build, I don't know, watch over some sort of legacy. They're being very clear about a legacy here. It's almost like the seeds are planted. There's some that you will enjoy, which you're seeing with this one pentacle. This is the way they're trying to communicate this. Like you have this one pentacle, and there are still some for others. Some others in the future, and others within society and community. Yes. So this is, there's some sort of like call back here to you being on your path and being of service to your purpose. Your purpose is to, and always will be, to contribute to the community, as well as to know that you are supported individually as well. Yes. Sorry, my dog's going in right now. Okay, there's a message here. Do you want me to share that? Okay, yeah. So there's a message here. So they're giving an example here with like actually with tarot readers, especially ones like myself who are on like YouTube and stuff. But they're really talking about like any type of artistry. Yes, they're talking about like other types of artistry too. The important part is not to just They're saying hoard it for yourself. They're showing the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, almost like this could be distorted in dark into hoarding, okay? But understanding that, seeing that shadow, seeing that, yes, you could hoard, that is a part of yourself. Each and every one of us has that urge, okay? It does us no good to pretend like we don't, okay? And so Spirit is also saying you can, in fact, be orient this to be something generative instead of taking away. So almost like I'm seeing the Six of Pentacles in my mind's eye right now. They're showing me. So it can actually like be giving and give forward and pay it forward is another way I might say this. But also it gives to you too, okay? So there's some sort of balance that's needed here. They're saying something here around like the hoarding energy we all hold, okay? It can be important, actually. It can be important because that's also what helps us in some ways to have some left for ourselves. Okay, there are some people who don't actually hoard enough. There are some people who hoard too much, okay? So that's why they're showing me the Six of Pentacles in my mind's eye really strongly here. Okay, but they're saying here, it is important to have balance, okay? But they're also saying, like, again, this is another way to look at this, and that this element, which may seem like a shadow aspect, like the Moon card would suggest, actually can be beneficial too. So part of this reading is intended to support you in rebalancing the ways that you will move into service. Like the example they're giving, the tarot readers who post free tarot readings on their sites, as well as have, their own paid art form, okay? Or paid versions of their art, like I do, right? Just like other tarot readers do as well, okay? So they're saying something about like, that is how the art is able to contribute to society, or how you are able to do your part. It is also how you are able to have enough left over also for you. It is both, okay? But some of you have been too much, or haven't hoarded enough, again, giving too much into community. Some of you haven't been giving enough into community, okay? So again, they just keep talking about rebalancing here, and rebalancing this energy and seeing just how beneficial this actually can be, okay? Okay, yes. So what else do you have to say on this? Do you want this to... Okay, they want to talk a little bit more because I feel like that had been maybe a question for a very small group of you here around how you can be of service and be in service. So they want you to see, they're saying seek other examples of ways that you might do this that feel good for your craft, which is intertwined with your purpose. Okay. Whatever your craft is, it literally could be anything. Okay, 1 second. Okay, my air kicked on there. I wanted to make sure that wasn't gonna interfere with the reading. I thought about turning it off before I started, but then I didn't, so. All right, so let's keep going here. What else do you have to say on this? This card? Okay, the Three of Wands. Okay, so this is coming through as the path. It's almost like, you see the water here. Okay, 1 second, I'm getting a message in for you. They're saying something about joy. They're saying something about like, it feels very specific to like 1 or 2 people here. But they're saying something about scheduling in some joy, almost like you haven't had a break in a while, or you haven't had a vacation, or you haven't had a moment of reprieve. So there's a call for you to like kind of bake that in, or this is just a reminder to you. I don't know, they just kind of came out of nowhere with that message for you. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, but yeah, this is coming through as the path, almost like you're seeing the river run through the center. Okay, yeah, this is coming through as the path, almost like they're showing that river is almost like the path that's lit up that I've been seeing. So what do you have to say about this? Do you want this deck? Yeah, okay. Give me a second, I'm gonna pull a couple more cards. So we have the Three of Wands. This card. Okay, the Ace of Cups. Yeah, they're saying something here about like going where you are drawn to go with this Ace of Cups, where you find, yes, inspiration is definitely part of this because this can be very inspired, but it's almost like following, oh, I see it. Okay, here's the connection they're making. So they're connecting the water from the Ace of Cups as, again, you see the light in the sun here? It's like, this is the same as the water that's shown in this river. And again, almost like lit up. It's like, again, following your, they're saying inspiration. So strong. Following your inspiration. Following your soul and where it's trying to take you. They're also pointing out the lotus here at the bottom, as if this were a lotus. Yes, there is some sort of balance within that lotus energy. That's coming through really strong. One more card, hold on. This card. King of Pentacles, upright, yes, and reverse, upright and reverse. They're saying something here about don't be swayed off course. It's almost like this person with their kind of hat that they're tilting off here, it's almost like you're on the path and then this person is stepping out of the like bushes. And it's like, hey, I have this other opportunity for you over here, or just it feels like some sort of like they're saying some distortion. They don't want you to be fooled by this, okay? Or I'm hearing slow down. They don't want you to slow down your pace for this. It's almost like you've been traveling on this path, and then again, this is kind of coming in. It feels like a test of your resolve. It feels like a test of your resolve. Now, this may be something where it's like, maybe someone comes in with a particular offer or opportunity, one that seems like Spirit is trying to say here, like, follow your gut. If it feels off, then it is. If it feels off, then it is. There's a reason you have these feelings within your body. So Spirit is trying to bring your attention to that feeling when it comes up, if it comes up, and to pay attention to it if it seems like it might be, it's not quite too good to be true, but a little bit. If it feels like distorted somehow, or doesn't feel completely clear, or doesn't feel completely like transparent or forthcoming is the word they want to use, yes. Then there's some sort of just caution, just to be wary of this. But it feels like, again, there's a real wanting you on this path, which I really like. Okay, so maybe there's a question here on if the collective's not currently on this path, what can they do to get on it? Is that something we can ask? I'm hearing yes. Okay, and it's interesting because they're showing me another path here, winding through this moon card. Okay. Interesting. for someone here, this may mean going in a different direction or going a different way. Okay. If they want to clarify, if you had been asking that, should I go a different path or go a different way, particularly if you're at a decision point or you've been experiencing this kind of gut instinct that maybe you should reevaluate something, Spirit is saying here there's some sort of confirmation here that things actually look better in the other direction, on the other side, is what they're saying. Now, I don't know specifically how this like hits for you, or they're not giving me any specifics here, but they are saying that for whoever is watching this, if you're at a moment of you're feeling your spidey senses or your gut instinct here is telling you maybe to go a different path or walk a different direction, then that's actually what this feels like. There's some sort of confirmation here. They're saying, yes, that would be good for you in this instance. Okay, I don't know what that means. I'm just going to deliver that message. So that's what they have. Okay, and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, they're saying you could even take it slow. You could even take it slow in this new direction, or however you may need to kind of reorient yourself, or just in general move a different way. Okay, so Spirit, do you have any specifics? Because this feels really general. Is there any other specifics here? Yeah, for some of you, it may be around a relationship. They're showing you the Two of Cups, or a connection type. Okay. For some of you, this could be a work decision. Yes, that's coming through really strong. Okay, yeah, again, the Star. So it's you following your inner GPS system is what they're saying, like your own inner navigation, your own instincts, going towards the path you are feeling called towards by your divine self. That's how this card is coming through right now. It's really strong. It's you following your own inner North Star, okay? But they are saying here, it's fine if you need to take it step by step or take it slow. That is fine too. But regardless, it feels like there's a particular direction you need to be headed in to align further with what you are being called to do and being called and how you're being called to serve here. Okay. Do you have anything else, Spirit? Okay. One more card before we go into our oracle card. Final oracle card. This card. Yeah. I'm just talking about your higher self. Okay. This is really clear from Spirit. Surrender. It says trust your higher self. Trust your higher self. You know what this path is. I'm also saying, they're also saying here, you know where this path leads, and it's actually to good things is what they're saying. Okay, but it does require some of you actually stepping on that path, actually starting to align with your soul's calling and with your purpose. Yes. Okay, so again, trust your higher self, follow the calling, go towards, I'm hearing your destiny is what they're saying. All right, so anything else, Spirit? Great, so we're gonna go ahead and close out with a final oracle card. I hope this has been helpful for you. It feels like, yeah, if I had to summarize this, it just feels like whatever your calling is meant to contribute to society, but also give back to you. It feels like Spirit's asking you to have a balance within your soul. If that also means embracing the darkness. For some of you, that may mean you are hoarding too much or not enough, and not drawing in enough energy for yourself, okay? But there should be a a good balance that you end up finding. Spirit is asking you to follow your inner call. If you are off course right now, Spirit's asking you to redirect yourself. That's coming through really, really strongly with this card, and to get back on track, even if it's slowly, back to where you are meant to be and what you're supposed to be doing here. This is coming through as like very divine, very on high, very like again, you have a purpose here, okay? You have something that they want you to remember you are doing here. So trust that, trust your instincts, trust your higher self and where you're being called, because your spirit wants to lead you to something really brilliant, I'm hearing. Okay, so let's go ahead and close out this reading with a final oracle card. Do you want this card? Is it? Okay. Interesting. Oh, this feels a little specific to someone. We're going to read this. Okay. It says Wisdom Keeper. It also says a new perspective, study and learning. I really like this. So they're saying the Wisdom Keeper is actually like you within your soul hold the wisdom of how this journey is meant to unfold and how you are supposed to walk that path lit up in light, okay? So that's definitely coming through really strongly. For some of you, this could be about maybe you've had a calling to either go back to school or get some further education or training to further contribute to your craft or to your art form. Now, your art form could be anything. It doesn't necessarily mean like painting or anything like that. Like for instance, like this is my art form, okay? So this, it could be anything. It could be making websites, it could be design, it could be, right? Like literally anything. It doesn't have to be just the traditional versions of what you consider art. They're saying here something around like anything you create is actually art, technically. Okay, so, but there's something specific that your soul wants to do here. So let's get into this. I really like this. Wisdom Keeper. Huh, it's at the end of the book. All right. The oldest known whole rocks on Earth, found in Canada, date back around 4.3 billion years, a length of time that's impossible to comprehend. For comparison, the first humans emerged around 2 million years ago in Africa, a mere blink of an eye in the lifetime of our planet's most ancient stones. The stones are wisdom keepers, powerful teachers, healers, and guardians. They preserve, hold, and tell our stories. Infused with the wisdom of the cycles, our ancient stones show us the grace and gift of surrender. In their presence, we're invited to take a different perspective, to shift into humble unknowingness as we wonder, how many people like us have they seen come and go? How many civilizations have they stood witness to? The Wisdom Keeper card holds ancient knowledge and stories. Many of us have been severed from our ancestral wisdom teachings. But what if it's possible to reconnect with this wisdom through stones that hold the memories? This card invites us to reconnect with some form of study and learning. It may be in the traditional sense, or it could be something more mystical and direct. And the soul inquiry is, what are you fascinated by or in awe of? How are you being called to be a student of life? That's beautiful. So they're once again coming back around to like, what inspires you? What is that source of inspiration? Like we were talking about with that Ace of Cups. So that's coming through really strongly, as well as the ancestors. Like again, they're very present here. And so I do sense here, there's a lot of support for you here, but it's almost like there has been a lineage of people in your ancestral line who have worked toward this moment, and you are meant to step into the fullest version of yourself within this lifetime. So there's a wanting to give you that gift of life, and a life well lived, and a life that you love. And so there's a lot of actual love coming in here from your ancestors and from your spirit team. And so I really, like I said, I just feel like there's some sort of call for you to kind of find how you're going to be of service to your soul's calling. All right, well, that is the message, and yeah, that is what I have for you. That's what Spirit has for you. I hope this has been helpful for you. Again, it was a very general reading, so I hope it applied to whoever needed this most, right where it needed it for you. If this has been helpful for you, just go ahead and feel free to give this video a like. That lets me know if these found you in a timely fashion. Feel free to subscribe to this tarot channel if it feels resonant for you. I also have a Patreon subscription, so if you are working on your active healing journey, you can check that out in the description box below if you'd like an additional weekly reading specifically attuned to your healing. For those of you who are doing that, it's a really, really helpful addition to have. So definitely feel free to check that out. I also, of course, have personal readings available right now, and I do have a somatic therapy offering called Compassionate Depossession that I've listed in the description box below, as well as on my website if you want to check that out. All right, it's been really lovely having you here. I'm so glad that I got to deliver this message to you. The spiritual quarantine is going to come down now, but I hope this message found you where it needed to, and in good timing. All right, well, I'll see you at our next reading. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.